If I ever have a daughter, I'll tell him to stay single. I'll tell him to stay as single as possible. Single like 1 add 1 never equal 2.
I'll tell her to stay single because it reminds her she can reach out her arms to take anything she likes.
I'll tell him to stay single, cause I'll remind him that these girls will reach out their arms and take anything that they like.
That she's tall enough to reach the highest shelf, and if she can't, she'll build a ladder to take her there, because if her womb can build life, her hands can build anything else.
That not all girls are like your mother, cause even when I met your mother, she was nothing like your mother.
I'll tell her to stay single because she should discover her own waters before diving into someone else's ocean. That her body is a marvelous thing she should conquer before letting anyone else on borrowed land.
I'll tell him to stay single, cause if I ever told you how I met your mother, it was a series of episodes that you think I made up, like on some TV show-ish. That being single will teach him to be self-made.
In a world that teaches men to be
selfish. So he'll need a whole lot of self-awareness.
I'll tell her to stay single because women are raised to fight for every little thing, and there's not many men who want a warrior for a wife.
I'll tell him to stay single because love doesn't always look like forever, and it never looks like a Disney movie.
I'll tell her she has hair on her head that only she grew, which means she can throw it out of any window and climb herself down.
That she'll come with any weave on her head, expecting you to buy it in a shop window without spending a penny herself.
I'll tell her to stay single because there are too many boys trapped in men's bodies still learning how to love, and you're not their classroom, their blackboard to leave white puzzles on as they try to work out why dad left. There are too many men searching for fathers in other women's bodies, and she's not a lost and found.
I'll tell him to stay single cause good girls are endangered species, and he better hurry up and learn the distinction before they all go into extinction.
I'll tell her the greatest thing she'll ever find is herself, and although she can see it in his eyes, she won't find it there. She'll find it in the lost wilderness of other places, the wild wideness of her own body, the laughter of friends she's yet to meet, and the hummingbirds of other countries.
I'll make him listen to Jay-Z, Big Pimpin', Music Soul Child, Teach Me, and Chris Brown, These Hoes Ain't Loyal, in that order and on repeat.
I'll tell her to stay single so she learns an empty bed is not a graveyard.
To stay safe cause they don't make condoms for heartbreaks.
That her body isn't salvation for men looking for redemption.
That he shouldn't sow seeds in gardens that he wouldn't grow greens.
That her legs are strong for climbing mountains, not clinging to skeletons that can only love by moonlight.
And know that heartaches come in different shapes and sizes now, different waists and eyebrows, that these girls will play with your heart, literally, and your head, literally. So stay smart. Find a girl who has ass and assets.
Find a guy who knows your heart's the biggest thing he can hold.
Find a girl who knows the difference between the bag and a bag.
Find a guy who never tries to buy your emotions into bags.
Find a girl who doesn't need to be around everyone, like entrepreneurial, prefers her own company.
Find a guy who can burn as bright in the shadow of your shine.
Find you before you start looking in empty houses for homes and hearts that have nothing to give. Stay single until you know how to make your own home. Stay single.